Hey everybody, this is Dan for GemmyD on Cars. Now, I hope you're coming to this video from my previous video, which was a walk around of this. This is a 2013 Subaru WRX hatchback. They don't make this car in the hatchback anymore. They still make the WRX and the STI, but this is a WRX. We got a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder turbo, 265 horsepower, 244 foot-pounds of torque, and lots of all-wheel drive fun. We got a tuned NVIDIA exhaust. We got a Cobb intake. So this video we're going to take it for a drive. So here we go. Best thing about this car right here, 5-speed manual, baby. So here we go. Listen to this bad boy. All right, here we go. All right, so here we are in the 2013 WRX. Now this car is a 5-speed manual. That is the best part about it. It is a super nice clutch to use. Very easy catch point. That just makes what this car is so much fun. We're doing a little bit of rallying in the WRX on this dirtway here. So I have borrowed this car from below Blue Book Auto Sales in Harrisburg on Paxton Street, and in Mechanicsburg on Ross Moyne and Simpson Ferry. So thank you for giving me access to this car. Now, I've always loved Subarus. I haven't driven too many, but I said in the previous video, I drove a 2019 WRX STI, the Big Daddy, and I love that car so much. And you can sort of see where the DNA of that car is coming from this car. We've got 265 horsepower, all-wheel drive. Obviously, you have the symmetrical all-wheel drive, but it just feels so good to drive a manual, a 5-speed manual. Now, in this car, the interior is sort of showing its age. I mean, this car is 7 years old, and there is nothing in the way of technology, but that's okay. You know, you buy a Subaru for the, you know, tunability and the exhaust note, that typical Subaru exhaust note. Listen. Almost hear the turbo sort of spool up a little bit. Now this car will rev all the way up to 6,500 RPMs. Yeah, from what I can tell, this car has an NVIDIA exhaust and a Cobb intake. But yeah, the exhaust drones just a little bit, which is not too bad, but it still sounds like a typical Subaru. And I think it sounds great. I mean, I love it. Subarus have that, you know, distinct rumble that you always look for. So yeah, we're just gonna go on my favorite road here. Yeah, this car is only listed for sale for like $13,000, which, you know, you have 137,000 miles, which is a lot, but you know, a Japanese car like this will go forever. So here we go. Oh, did you hear that little blow off? That car needs to get away. Man, see, this is seriously quick. I mean, that was nice. I mean, once you get about 3,000-4,000 RPM, you can really feel the turbo start to kick in. You can really feel it. That's awesome. I mean, 265 horsepower is not the most amount, but you really, you know, get all you can out of that amount of horsepower. And I cannot do this because there's a car in front of me. Yeah, just listen. Good. I mean, Subarus always have that typical rumble that I keep saying about, but it sounds good. And 6,500 RPMs, you can get up there pretty good. Yeah, the steering is nice and light. I mean, there's no sport mode, no eco mode, no nothing. I mean, this is just the stick, your right foot, and your left foot, and just fun. I mean, this is fun. I already got a big smile on my face just from that last little rip down there. Yeah, we got a nice little straight here. I'm just gonna try to give her a little bit. Now there's so many like options you can do this car as far as modifications. Now where's this guy going? What are you doing? All right, here we go. Oh, that's quick. Wow. I'm sweating. I mean, it does not feel like 265 horsepower. Wow. I mean, you rip through the gears pretty quickly because it's only a 5-speed. But man, that is quick. It sounds good too. I mean, cars like this, you know, sometimes it's a little bit hard to get a good sound out of a 4-cylinder. But listen. Wow, this is some serious speed. That was fun. Now the STIs of this generation have something like 305 horsepower, and they kept with that horsepower number for a long time. I mean, the 2013 STI I think has 305, and also the 2019. So there was six years right there where they still had 305 horsepower. And I know that the next generation WRX and STI coming out are not out yet, so who knows what they'll be as far as power, but I know people are clamoring for more horsepower. But like I said before, these cars are so easily tunable that even without that type of power from stock, you know, people are modding these to 500, 600, 700 horsepower easily. And man, if this car has 265 and it went like that, let's just say like something like 400 wheel horsepower would be an absolute riot. Here we go. Okay, so 4,000. Oh, that's awesome. This is awesome. I mean, you cannot argue. I mean, you know, more modern cars with the automatics and the dual clutches, you cannot hold a candle to just the fun that you have with a stick in your right hand. I mean, that is just awesome. I mean, this car is on sale for $13,000. I mean, that is not a lot of money for a car that has this type of performance and styling and, you know, the all-wheel drive heritage that Subarus have. But yeah, this is a blast. Now we're just in the sun here. Now I'm going to do a little POV drive here, but normally I get on the highway, but right now I don't think this car is not suited for the highway. Not that it wouldn't be fine, but this car is for back roads and a little bit of twisties. But yeah, just to get an idea of how the shifter looks and everything too. Now, like I said before, there is not much at all to this interior. You know, this is from a time when, you know, there was no backup cameras and, you know, safety features, blind spot monitoring and everything. This is really just your feet and your right hand in the shifter. But yeah, just get an idea. Now you can hear, I'm not going to say that the exhaust drones a little bit, but it is a little buzzy. I'll just say that. Which I don't know if I'd be okay with living on that every day, but it surely does sound good, and it surely does have the typical Subaru rumble, which is what they're known for. So here we go. Let's just go for a drive. Also, I said in the video before, it's been a while since I drove a manual, and I really miss it. I mean, it's fun. Now, as far as the suspension goes, it's a little bit stiff, but it is not too bad. It is not jarring. I mean, if you go over a little bit of a bump, I mean, you feel it a little bit, but it is not overly harsh. And I think, yeah, that's not too bad. I mean, there's like I said, there's no sport mode, there's no eco mode, there's nothing. This is just the setup that you get with it. So it's, again, a car from a time a long time ago when there was less fussiness and complications. This is really just the car and your right foot. All right, one little rip here. Yep, you can hear the blow off. You can hear the turbo sort of spooling up. It sounds great. I mean, modding this car and tuning it would be, you could have an absolute beast. Here we go, 4,000. Yeah, that is honestly, impressive performance from a car that has a claimed 265 horsepower. I mean, that is pretty crazy. Yeah, if you let off the gas, you hear that little whoosh. I don't know how much more fun you could have for $13,000, which is what this car is for sale for. Let's do some twisties. Hopefully nobody's in front of us. Nice little elevation change there. Yeah, this is awesome. This would be such a fun car to have, and even if you could get your hands on an STI, just to get that little bit of more performance and a little bit more adjustable grip. Yeah, this is awesome. Subaru once again sort of reaffirms how competent of a car that they produce. I mean, I love that STI so much, that 2019, and this car is no different at all. Let's check out this little twisty right here. So, this car definitely giving me a smile on my face. I mean, it's just fun. The performance is really impressive for what this car claims to have as far as power. And we'll say, I guess you get a little bit more power with the intake and the exhaust, but you know, nothing too crazy. I don't know. Put a couple stickers on it and give you 10, 15 more horsepower. But anyway, so that was just a quick little rip in the WRX. Now we're gonna go back to home base and we'll wrap this up.